there is a seemingly planned lawsuit underway in Florida courthouse. Long story short, a computer expert named David Klayman died on 26 April 2013. His brother, Ira, representing the Klayman family, is suing David's one-time business partner, a guy named Craig Wright. Klayman's family is seeking half of David and Craig's alleged former partnership assets. Who cares, right? Well, the lawsuit alleges that the two men are together Satoshi Nakamoto, the mysterious pseudonymous father of Bitcoin. The secret has been lasting for more than 10 years is going to be unmasked. The assets in the lawsuit are 64 million Bitcoin account with a present value of around $1 billion. We are talking about a huge wealth of $64 times 1 million Bitcoins with today's value, a fortune of approximately 64 billion US dollars. The mystery of Satoshi Nakamoto is one of the most curious topics about Bitcoin. Ira Klayman and Klayman's family largely believe that Craig Wright is the founder of the little thing called Bitcoin. Every year we hear someone is believed to be Satoshi Nakamoto. On the 31st of October 2008, a programmer using the name Satoshi Nakamoto uploaded a 9-page white paper to a cryptography mailing list. Yet, he went missing in 2010. Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Well, it's a question that has been asked for more than 10 years. Many people have claimed or have been claimed to be Nakamoto, but few convincing evidence was found. Dorian Nakamoto is the real Satoshi Nakamoto. In 2014, Newsweek reporter Leah Goodman published a feature story pinning the identity of Bitcoin's creator on Nakamoto due to his high-profile work in engineering and pointedly private life. Dorian Nakamoto was born in Japan in 1949 and immigrated to the United States 10 years later. He studied physics at California State Polytechnic. Satoshi Nakamoto was thought to be a pseudonym for a programmer or a group of programmers who wrote the paper and source code of Bitcoin. Dorian felt unease because of the increasing exposure and attention. Satoshi Nakamoto's comments on the P2P Foundation website using Satoshi Nakamoto username simply stated, "I'm not Dorian Nakamoto." Thus, it ends the speculations. Dorian Nakamoto was close enough to be the real Bitcoin creator, but he's not. High-profile Aussie Satoshi. In 2016, Australian entrepreneur Craig Wright claimed to be the creator of Bitcoin and provided disputed code as proof. Craig could have taken out Satoshi's private keys or consumed part of his Bitcoin, but he didn't do it considering these are two easiest ways to prove himself. Wright digitally signed messages using cryptographic keys created during the early days of Bitcoin's development. However, it has soon been proven that it was faked by the Bitcoin community. Craig claimed that he gave up to use his real digital signature. He said it could be dangerous to him, but it actually shows his fraud to the world. Quantum economics director of GameFi Research, Gerard Volta, thinks that he has found the answer of Satoshi's real identity. Canadian cryptographer James H. Donald. He outlines intriguing circumstantial evidence which seems the most convincing so far. Donald was the first person to comment on the Bitcoin white paper in 2008, which piqued Volta's interest. Volta wrote that the almost instantaneous timing was very suspicious and led him to look further into Donald's life. Volta explained to Cointelegraph, if you look at the timing, Donald's comments like minutes after the Bitcoin white paper is put up and ask such specific question to Satoshi. How could you read the white paper, analyze it, and come up with this amazing scaling question like this 3 minutes? It's almost impossible. On 10th of January 2021, crypto community discovered a large whale spending 20 consecutive blocks rewards in a roll stemming from blocks mined way back in 2010. These BTC idle for more than 10 years and worth roughly 40 millions at a time. According to Bitcoin.com timeline, the entity spent 20 decadal Bitcoin block rewards on March. However, this whale appears again, this timeline showing he's moving 1,000 BTC. Are we going to see the real Satoshi shows up? At the core of controversy in this Florida case is also the core of Bitcoin itself. Is Satoshi Nakamoto really one person or several people? Why has this 1 million Bitcoins never been used? The plaintiff plans to provide evidence that the two have been involved since the birth of Bitcoin and have worked together. We believe that the evidence will show that they are partners, co-creating and mining more than 1 million Bitcoins, said Val Fredman, a lawyer from the Bixin family. But from the statement of plaintiff and his defense lawyers, it seems that they were thinking Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto, and Wright himself thinks so. The Wall Street Journal pointed out that since 2016, Wright has been claiming that he created Bitcoin, but most people in the Bitcoin community has denied this claim. In the May 2016, Wright claimed to be the founder of Bitcoin. He met with several early Bitcoin pioneers, accepted exclusive interviews with extreme media outlets, and published his paper on encryption about Bitcoin on the website. 3 days later, in the face of severe criticism, he gave up the declaration, removed all the content on the website, and replaced it with an apology. "I screwed up," he wrote. "I dare not. I can't do it." But since then, he again insisted that he created Bitcoin. In fact, it is not difficult to verify who is Satoshi Nakamoto and control the private key of Satoshi Nakamoto's storage of 1 million Bitcoin accounts. But there is still one more to prove that they hold his private key. How does Satoshi get invisible? What is puzzling this now that the internet is so developed? The governments, the media, Bitcoin lovers, hackers, and other people are trying to search for Satoshi Nakamoto, but so far the effort has been in vain. The answer is he is cautious and excellent at hiding. Satoshi Nakamoto's cryptographic knowledge is very superb. Many mistakes that were once considered to be redundant designs were later proved to be correct, such as carefully selected complex code, which avoided the backdoor hidden in the encryption standards of the US National Security Agency. In order to hide himself, Satoshi Nakamoto used Tor browser to send emails and use PGP encryption and Tor network to communicate with everyone. Even the communication with the close partners is encrypted, and he never reveals personal information. He even deliberately forged some identity information and personalized characteristics in white paper and community speeches to mislead some wrong guesses. He used disguised British English, using Japanese names, and imitating other people's writing styles. Now, although countless researchers and intelligence personnel have investigated his true identity, it has not yet been verified. Nowadays, the cryptocurrency and blockchain industries have their own lives. Those blocks and leave their marks leave a deep contract in the history of the world finance. We may not know who he is, but we know what he did. Bitcoin has and will continue to change the world. Just as the founder of Coinbase paid tribute to the creator of Bitcoin during the listing period. Satoshi Nakamoto, thank you, no matter who you are.